a client that I had a couple of years ago that was interesting because her background she was not born in the US. And that's only important because she wasn't like up on US pop culture. Just wasn't. And she called an expired listing that was owned by like a former Super Bowl MVP, right? I know Alessandro probably knows him just because of the market. But so she has the call with the wife answers, and she's asking questions like, so where are you guys moving? And what do you do? And the wife's like, do you know who my husband is? And she's like, no, and continues to ask questions. So she calls me and she says, hey, do you know who this person is? And I'm like, yeah. And so we talked about like the approach at that point. And I said, like, this is someone that made a legendary career on studying like successes and failures. Like that's how you navigate operating that job at that high of a level. He doesn't want to hear that you're going to have a better photographer, or you're going to have a better, different like he's heard it all before. What you have to be able to communicate is that that market, like inside upside down. The other homes that sold while his was on the market, why did they sell? What was different? What is your approach moving forward? How does he need to be positioned in order? And that's ultimately what she communicated and secured the listing and sold it. But it was all just communicating and creating credibility foundational upon knowing the market and knowing the trends.
Credibility is what's going to build the trust. When you leave that room, when you leave that pitch, that the client sits there and says like, yeah, they know their stuff.